The 2 weeks we witnessed in Kenya ourselves, even though it was in a limited areas, we found ourselves on a crossroad. We lost lives, you remember. Many were injured, you remember. Property was lost and destroyed, you remember. Livelihoods lost and fear instilled to peace-loving Kenyans. The exchange of insults in the public space by those high in offices recalls the insults and the condemnations of Jesus Christ by elite of the society, those who said, crucify him, crucify him. We thank His Excellency the President Ruto and Right Honorable Odinga for their gesture when we requested that they cease the demonstrations. The gesture of humility to listen to one another and seek solutions to the political problems we are going through. It is encouraging. They have agreed to talk. And we must congratulate Kenyans for insisting these two people talk. Their lieutenants talk, and we find a solution somehow. However, talking is not about seeking personal benefits. We truly hope they will address the always uplift Kenyans, and especially those still struggling with famine, with the economic downturn. They should listen and solve the political hurdles that keep ailing us. It is our hope that they should not let Kenyans down. On this Easter Sunday, my dear brothers and sisters and people of goodwill and dear Kenyans, we have renewed our hope in our peace and life. We are encouraged by the fact that when everyone had thought the mission of Jesus Christ had come to an end with his crucifixion, death, and laid to the tomb, God raised him again, his Son, to give us a new hope. As Kenyans, we have a reason to hope. Firmly that God will bring us back to a new hope. Let us all aim to clean the mess in politics that is causing us much harm. And I say that again. This is an opportune moment, again, to come back to talk about our issues openly and candidly, and not to hide behind excuses that may end tomorrow. This is a week. Just cut, so that just so that I pick it up from somewhere. Sorry for that little interruptions. I continue, and I pick it up from where I left. This Easter, my dear Kenyans, must we resolve to fight and start breathing the chain of corruption and the dishonesty that holds every sector of our country, and that is holds hostage most of our leaders. The fight and the struggle must start with each one of us where we are. Discussions at the national level will not resolve the real cancer that continues to eat us all. From our own homes and villages, we have unfortunately let ourselves lose our morals, where we now celebrate theft, lies, normalize them. Sometimes we call lies, we call them we move the rock, because only then can Kenya rise. And I repeat this. We at Easter, we have to remove rock that prohibits us discussing honestly. And we must remember that God laws exist. The third matter is transforming politics to be a service to the service of Kenyans. Thankfully, Kenya is rigorously God-giving and fearing country. Those who lead us should also know that the resurrection of Christ is a call to all of us to transform our country from pessimism to optimism. There is no honor in protecting vain glory. It passes quickly. There is no political mileage in playing politics of domination, suppression, and suffocating citizens with taxes whose benefits are not evident. There is those in leadership. We kindly ask you to transform this country if they act from their hearts and as human beings. And as fellow Kenyans, Kenyans are looking for a servant leadership. Kenyans are looking for a leader who will roll the stone for us to access our unity again, to access our challenges that befall our young people in schools, in homes, and those who are challenged by all kind of issues. In conclusion, my dear Kenyans, when Kenya raises from its ashes, and when Kenyans will be courageous enough to reject bribes, to be someone's puppet, when Kenyans will not have to bribe to get a job, when Kenyans will not employ discriminatively their blood brothers and sisters and cousins, when Kenyans will get contracts without kickbacks to government or officials or middlemen or even accountants, then we'll say we believe in God and acclaim Christ as risen. Let me repeat that paragraph again. In conclusion, my dear brothers and sisters and people of goodwill, when Kenya rises from its ashes, and when Kenya will be courageous enough to reject bribes, to be someone's puppet, when Kenyans will not have to bribe to get a job, when Kenyans will not employ discriminatively their brothers and sisters and cousins and daughters, when Kenyans will get contracts without kickbacks to government or officials or middlemen or even accountants, then we will say we believe in God and acclaim and exclaim Christ is risen indeed. I want to summarize just again quickly some of the things we have said earlier. We want to encourage all Kenyans to maintain peace at all costs, to embrace a state of dialogue during this period while the two teams are trying to get their act together. Let us pray for the leadership of the nation, both the opposition and the challenges facing the nation. We appeal to the police once again to avoid excessive use of force during the peaceful demonstration, as we saw, and any other occasion they are given an opportunity to serve the public. Let them exercise their rights without provoking the police. And I say this to the public, let's exercise our rights without provoking the police either. To the Azimio leadership to consider concealing their demonstration during this Holy Week, and we thank them for have agreed to do so, kindly consider not to get back to the streets, because we have seen what this can take us to. All constitutional bodies and Kenyans to be faithful to the Constitution and to promote justice as a foundation of sustainable peace for the common good of our nation. Once again, we call all Kenyans to continue with the peace that we have enjoyed already these few days. You are able to travel home. You are able to do your ordinary things. You open up your business. And this is the way we want Kenya to live, while the others continue their conversation to bring us peace, lasting peace, having sorted out whatever needs to be sorted out. With those few words, and again from the bishops, we want you to be prayerful people. Thank you for the prayer for the country, for the leadership, for the work you've done, all of you, all of us together, our Muslim brothers, with all the Christians as they celebrated the Holy Week, where we had the Good Friday as a climax, and today as a day of resurrection. Tufufuke na Yesu. Yesu amefufuka. Hallelujah, hallelujah. God bless you. God bless Kenya.